Sports.
We are Sports. We are San Diego.
Eric Hosmer limbering up. He's facing a right-hander today, and since 2017, the Padres' first baseman hitting at .326 against right-handed pitching. On the other side, Jed Lowry with a big two-run home run in the 10th inning, all part of an Oakland A's win as they take Game 1 of the series. Today is Game 2 as we welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball. Well, the return of Joey Lucchesi, of course, on the DL and rehabbing, but he is back to make the start today and a welcome sight for the Padres starting rotation.
It's been too long for Joey Lucchesi, 37 days since the last time he has started, so there's a couple of things to look for the left-hander to be effective. First of all, this ball club, the Oakland Athletics, they like to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Will the curve be on its game this afternoon? So here's what it's all looking at. Fastball location early, and then he can go to both sides of the plate with the fastball, up and out of the zone, and also that breaking ball works well. So the release point, can't get too antsy, kind of stay within yourself and do your best as far as pumping strikes early.
Well, we get our first look at the Oakland A's since spring training. They're a game over 500 at 37-36 now. And one thing they can do, that's hit home runs.
They're in the middle of the pack in the American League hitting home runs, and it was evident last night. They hit mistakes, and last night it was a perfect example of mistakes. Fastball, Piscotty's all over it. I mean, he's looking for it, right? A lot of people say, well, you know, what's wrong with Brad Hand? They're not going to be perfect every time out. Even Brad Hand said, it's not that I can't throw him a fastball, it was just poorly located. The velocity is there, and then Simber gives up his first home run of the year. Adam's been doing such a good job of keeping the ball down, getting swings and misses way up out of the strike zone. But once again, these Athletics can hit mistakes. That's going to be evident today. See if they can stay out of that hot zone so they prevent hitting the home run.
Padres looking to bounce back here in this brief two-game series and brief homestand here at Petco Park. Joey Lucchesi is back. Bob Scanlon joins us next as we take a look at Joey Lucchesi. We'll hear from his manager, Andy Green. We return to Petco Park after this.
Joey Lucchese, the young left-hander, Joey Fuego, getting ready to make his first start since March 14th. It's been almost a month since the left-hander towed the slab here at Petco Park. Of course, he missed that time with that strained right hip, and the good news is he's back. Now, the question is, how far can he go in this ball game? Here's what the skipper, Andy Green, had to say about that.
Obviously, Joey's probably going to be monitored a little bit. He only threw 4 innings his last time out, but we're strong enough in the bullpen to be able to cover whatever we need to cover for him. I can see him going 5 innings. I can see him in like an ideal world going 6, but beyond that, there would be no anticipation of that. So I think 5-6 innings. I'd be expecting that from a 4 or 5 starter most of the time anyway. So that's plenty enough to give us some length.
5 to 6 innings. He said there's no hard pitch count, and here's the great news. 4 innings in his last outing, no runs, 6 strikeouts. He looked solid, and Andy even said he had better life on his fastball. As for the curve, it's a field pitch. Did he have the feel for it? Well, in his last outing, he certainly did. Hopefully those butterflies are under control as he comes into this ball game, and he can help the Padres tie the series. Padres are going up against Frankie Montos. Can Joey Lucchese get win number 4? Can he extend his streak of 8 games going 5 innings or more? We'll find out. First pitch coming up next, right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
Brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers. Visit us at sthondadealers.com. By Petco, the pet company. By Cadillac. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealers today. And by Jack in the Box. This season, Padres home run score free Jumbo Jacks only at Jack in the Box. Now the Padres and Oakland A's playing the finale of this brief 2-game series. Last game of the homestand for the Padres. And it's time now for the weather report, brought to you by your always sunny San Diego Honda dealers. Perfect 70 degrees today, breeze westerly at 7 miles per hour. And this is who we are, Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, and Bob Scanlon for game 2 of the series, as the Padres dropped last night's game in 10 innings, and the Oakland A's taking game 1, the return of Joey Lucchese, who heads out onto the mound now for the Padres as they take the field on this way back Wednesday.
I love the unis on a day game. You got the home whites with the pinstripes, bringing you back to those late 90s, early 90s years. I'm a big fan.
Now the return of Joey Lucchese. Not seen him since mid-May. Back to pitch today on June the 20th. As we check out the Oakland A's starting 9, Marcus Semien will lead it off for Bob Melvin's team and play at shortstop. Chad Pinder in left field with Jed Lowry at third base. Mark Canha's in center field in the 4th spot with Matt Olson at first. Stephen Piscotty is in right, batting 6th. Franklin Barreto at second base 7th. Josh Fegley does the catching, the day game after the night game. And it's Frankie Montas who is on the mound today for the Oakland A's, batting out of the 9 spot. On the hill for the Padres, Joey Lucchesi.
Well, the 24-year-old making his 10th start, and as Don mentioned, it's been quite some time. Exactly 37 days since his last start. He's got to keep his emotions in check. I mean, it's a whole different ballgame. You can go down to the minor leagues, rehab, whatever. You're in a big league ballpark. The adrenaline is pumping, and no set pitch count for Joey Lucchesi. I asked Andy Green. He said, "No, we're just going to let him go out and see how he does. If he takes us into the 4th or 5th, hey, good for Joey Lucchesi. That's a good sign for us as well." Defense for the San Diego Padres is brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Corey Spangenberg will play second base. 7th start this season for Corey. At first base, the Gold Glover Eric Hosmer. At shortstop, everyday Freddie Galvis. Christian Villanueva at the hot corner. A.J. Ellis will be putting down the signs. In the outfield, left to right, Jankowski, Margot, and Renfroe.
A beautiful day for baseball in San Diego, as most days are. As Marcus Semien about to get it started from America's finest city.
Doesn't get much better than this, does it?
Picture perfect. Semien digging in on the right side, the shortstop for the Athletics. His 72nd game of the year. 255, 7 homers, and 28 runs batted in. First pitch from Lucchesi is on the ground down the first baseline. It's a fair ball. Hugs the line all the way down. Semien is thinking 2. Over to dig it out is Renfroe. And it's a leadoff double on the first pitch. Not hit hard, but well placed right down that first baseline.
That's unbelievable. Infield were playing him to pull. I don't think that was his intent. As this pitch is up and away, that ball looked like it was literally off the end of the bat. Almost a cue shot. Even so far away from Eric Hosmer, even if he dove for that ball, he's not even going to be close to getting it. That's just a break for Oakland right off the bat. No pun intended.
A runner at second base and brings up Chad Pinder. Pinder played the infield last night. Gets a start in the outfield today. .238, 6 homers and 14 runs batted in. Ball and a strike. Well, the Oakland A's with a win here last night in 10 innings. Now 37-36, a game over 500. So puts them 11 games back, though, of the AL West leading Houston Astros, who finally lost a game last night after winning 12 straight. Tampa Bay able to hand them their first loss in a very long time. Foul tipped, 1-2.
Got to keep an eye on the location as well for Joey Lucchesi. Coming off the DL. Might be a little jumpy out there. Might not. He might be hitting the spots with regularity, is what I'm trying to say.
Runs away and evens at 2-2. Casey coming in with a record of 3-2 individually, 3.23 earned run average. His 10th start of the year, and again, it has been a while. May the 14th. He went 5 innings, giving up 6 hits and 3 runs. That was against Colorado, and it was right here at Petco Park. The hip injury kept him out. Also had the awkward slide at the plate, you may remember, in that game.
And think about it. Any position player, you hurt your hip, that's your, you're talking about your core, your waist, the top part of your legs, and there's a lot of torque that goes into throwing a baseball, especially with a lot of movement that Joey Lucchesi has. So you better make sure, and it looks like he's good to go, that injury is kaput.
2-2 pitch coming here to Pinder with a runner at second base. And that is strike 3. Casey needed that. Gets his first strikeout. One down here in the first. Bender didn't like it. Spins out of the box. Says something to Sean Barber.
That's a legitimate strike. No argument there. That's pinpoint control. Ball has a little bit of cut to it on the inside part of the plate.
Runner at second, one down, brings up Jed Lowry, last night's hero for the A's. Hit a 2-run shot in the 10th inning. And he takes strike 1. Jed Lowry, a switch hitting third baseman, moving from second to third with the injury to Chapman. 283, 10 homers, 45 runs batted in for Lowry. A 10th home run last night was a big one for the A's. As I mentioned off the top, it's a team that hits home runs. Joey Lucchesi, last year's Padres minor league pitcher of the year. Combined for 11-7 record at 2.20 ERA last year. Between Lake Elsinore and A-ball and Double-A San Antonio. In there for strike 2. On the fast track to the big leagues this year. First time that he's faced an American League team. Two and two.
About 90-91 from Joey Lucchesi, so the velocity's there. It's got him set up after that high fastball for that curve down and in. Don, you mentioned it. It's worth mentioning again regarding the home runs for Oakland. They've homered in 20 consecutive road games, 34 total. And that's doing some damage. So that's a big key for Joey, keeping the ball, and the rest of the bullpen, keeping the ball in the yard.
The A's have now won 3 straight. Win today would be their longest winning streak of the year. During that time, their bullpen has been terrific. A 1.35 earned run average during that span. Of course, Steve Piscotty homered to tie the game at 2 with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the 9th. Fouled back, and it hangs at 3-2. Jed Lowry with the game tied 2-2 in the 10th inning would change the complexion of the ball game. Adam Simber giving up his first home run of the year. And his 2-run shot gave the A's the eventual 4-2 win.
Just did not get it up enough and in enough to where Lowry could get to it and do some damage. Both those home runs were hit well.
Off pitch again to Jed Lowry. And a bluff off the backside as he spiraled but did not throw. That last decision for Lucchesi back on May 14th had a no decision. Padres are close to getting Will Myers back, Austin Hedges back.
Well, he's a little pest, isn't he, Lowry?
Absolutely.
Fouling off pitches, and you know, I like his stance. I like the way he stands. Wide stance. And he looks like he's in a position to where he does have good bat control, and that's evident. The way, you know, the career that he has had. Doesn't take an overly violent swing. Realizing the count, 3-2. Short and quick to the baseball.
Chops one to third base, backing up Villanueva. His throw will get there in time. No advance for Simeon at second base. 5-3 on the putout, 2 down in the inning. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, welcome back, Joey Lucchesi, first of all, and restart the offense. I mean, last night they had some opportunities off of Paul Blackburn. Some at-bats that could have made the difference in the ballgame and stop the A's homer streak. I just mentioned it. 20 consecutive road games that they have homered, 34 total. keep the ball in the yard.
So 2 down. Simeon at second base brings up Mark Canha, the center fielder. That'll drop in there for strike one. Casey tossing 4 innings. No hit ball for Lake Elsinore in a rehab on Thursday. Threw 43 pitches in that outing. Only base runner he allowed came on a hit batsman in that outing. And very quickly back to San Diego to make the start here today. You figure if he went 43 pitches last time out, it's probably what, 50, 60 pitches maybe here today.
Oh yeah.
Andy Green did not want to put a number on it. That's 17 pitches deep so far with 2 down here in the first inning.
Boy, if he can get out of this and leave that runner stranded at second base, that would be a good start for Joey Lucchesi. The next pitch will be number 19. Boy, if he could stay under 20, considering the leadoff double.
Lucchesi growing up about an hour southeast of Oakland, rooted for the A's as a youngster. Listed Mark Mulder, Barry Zito, Rich Harden as some of his favorite pitchers growing up, and now facing the Oakland A's today. Oh, 2. Almost hit him with a pitch in. 1-2. There's a fastball at 90 from Lucchesi. Marcus Simeon at second base, 2 down here in the A's first inning. And a 1-2 coming to Canha. And a swing and a miss. Lucchesi struck him out. Foul tipped into the mid of A.J. Ellis. Athletics don't score. Padres are coming up. Padres lineup brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Travis Jankowski leading it off in left field. Corey Spangenberg at second base. Eric Hosmer at first, bats third with Hunter Renfroe in right. Freddie Galvis at shortstop. Christian Villanueva at third base. And Will Margot in center. A.J. Ellis does the catching, batting eighth. And Joey Lucchesi, the pitcher, batting out of the 9th spot, looking for his first hit in the big leagues. Frankie Montas on the mound, ready to work here for the Oakland A's.
Well, last time out kind of got roughed up. Power 2-seamer. He gets grounders. He got a free and easy delivery.
Out to center field. Canha moving over and makes the catch on Jankowski. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning.
Defense for the swinging A's. The Oakland Athletics, brought to you by Cadillac. Marcus Semien at shortstop. Jed Lowry at third base. Franklin Barreto at second. Matt Olson will be over at first base. Josh Fegley will be putting down the signs, and in the outfielder, Chad Pinder, Mark Canna, and Steven Piscotty.
One down for Corey Spangenberg. Spangenberg at 232, 6 homers and 14 runs batted in. Montas coming in with a record of 3-1 into this start, and he gets a strike over the outside corner. 2.67 ERA, 5th start for Montas. To left center field. On the move is Pinder, and he'll get there. Well, Canna was headed over there too, trying to clog up the gap out there in left center, and Pinder makes a good running catch. 2 down.
This ball off the bat of Corey Spangenberg is going to slice. It's going to slice toward Pinder. You see where he caught that ball above his head. Almost overran that ball a little bit.
2 down here in the first inning brings up Eric Hosmer. .282, 9 homers and 33 runs batted in for Hosmer. Now the Padres have scored just 3 runs and struck out 44 times during their 3-game losing streak. The timely hitting that was with them on the road trip kind of left 1 for 21 with runners in scoring position during the 3 games. .2 to Hosmer. And a grounder down the third base line. That'll head into the left field corner. Pinder over to play it up against the wall. Hosmer to second, sliding with a 2-out double. Right down the line at third base and into left.
Eric Hosmer just wears out the left side. And usually when we see balls up and away, he'll take it that way. That's 96. Hands start, barrel follows. Not even a chance for Lowry. He's playing well off the line. It's a 96-mile-an-hour fastball up and in, taken the other way.
So 2 down, Hosmer at second base, and Hunter Renfroe the batter. And a ground ball to shortstop, picked by Simeon, who fires to first for the out. That ends the inning. Done with 1 without a score from San Diego.
Second inning of work, he used up 20 bullets in the first inning. And guys, two things to keep an eye on. First of all, Mud, you mentioned this. He has the increased velocity, but with that velocity, also the question is the command. He only had one rehab outing. Now, he did great in that outing, no walks, but he's got good enough stuff that he can pitch in the zone, but we want to keep an eye on that fastball command, especially feeling a little bit froggy. And the other thing is, guys, this is almost like an opening day start for him. First day back after missing over a month. The adrenaline is high. He was out here 35, 40 minutes before the ball game. That's how amped up he was to get this start in. So hopefully he can pace himself a little bit and get through 5 or 6 solid innings like he's done so many times. Don, Mud,
right,
back over to you guys.
Thanks, Ken. This one is up and in, and hit with the pitch is Matt Olson. So second straight inning, the Oakland A's have had the lead runner on. So trying to back out of the way, but it does get him.
Yeah, that's a breaking ball. Just didn't get the release point out in front. It's going to happen. He gave up the leadoff double in the first inning, left him stranded. Nothing a ground ball double play won't cure right here.
And here's Stephen Piscotty, who tied the game with 2 outs and 2 strikes on him last night in the 9th. And he fouls it off to the right, not a play.
Well, Joey Lucchese's last rehab start was in Rancho Cucamonga. He threw 43 pitches, 32 were strikes, so that's a good sign. Don, we were talking about possible pitch count last inning when Joey was out there, so I think maybe right around your area where you were guessing.
Somewhere 50 to 60
Sure.
pitches. Tough way to operate, though, and you get the lead runner on in each inning.
Yeah.
Taxing, more stressful pitching, I would imagine.
Working out of the stretch, and this is not Rancho Cucamonga, right? This is the big leagues.
25th pitch of the day for Lucchese coming up here to Piscotty.
You know, speaking from experience, and I know Bob Scanlon could probably speak this too, but when you come back from an injury and you're back out there on a big league hill, man, your heart starts racing. I don't care if you're a rookie. I don't care if you're a 10-year veteran. You're back in the big leagues and you want to do well. Sometimes your body can get out in front. Trying to work a little bit too quickly. That's when you got to slow it down.
Mud, it's so easy to say and so difficult to do when you're on that mound, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're so amped up. And the other thing is, while you're rehabbing your injury, in this case the right hip for Joey Lucchese, you're still strengthening your arm, you're strengthening every other part of your body, and sometimes you come back and you have a few extra miles an hour after giving the arm a rest. And sometimes it's tough to rein that in and keep yourself under control and keep that command because you're feeling so darn strong. I'm sure you've experienced that a few times, Mud.
Sure. But that's when overthrowing comes into play. You can't overthrow.
Franklin Barreto waiting on deck. Here's a payoff pitch and a foul to the screen.
But I don't know if you ever did this, but I found myself sometimes forcing myself to throw a few extra off-speed pitches in those situations just because I knew that the only way that I could throw those effectively was to slow myself down and force my arm to reach out. So that was a little trick that I used a couple of times.
Or Mark Davis, the left-hander Cy Young Award winner, '89. We were playing catch once and talking to me about that, just slowing everything down. And just when you think you're slowing everything down, you're actually at the pace you should be at.
Matt Olson at first base, held on over there by Hosmer. Nobody out here in the second. Payoff pitch to Stephen Piscotty again. And that's ball 4. He loses him. Down to first base goes Piscotty. First walk allowed by Lucchese. It's time now for the tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks.
Let's go back to the 5th inning last night. Remember the double play? Well, it starts with a Gold Glover, Eric Hosmer. He is crashing after holding on the runner. He's anticipating it, charging even before it's bunted. Now, being left-handed, right? He doesn't have to turn. It's a force play, so it doesn't have to be the perfect throw. It is a perfect throw, being the force play at second base, and even Eric Hosmer will give himself a round of applause. Rightfully so. That's Gold Glover working in action. It's not just the glove, it's the arm, the accuracy also that plays well for Eric Hosmer.
Well, after the walk to Piscotty, A.J. Ellis went out to talk to Lucchese here. 2 on, nobody out, a hit batter and a walk. And Franklin Barreto coming up here for the Oakland A's. 1 for 14 at the plate so far is Barreto. We saw him during the spring. 71 average. Did not play last night. In there today. And takes ball 1. Barreto recalled from AAA Nashville on Saturday. 3rd stint already this year with the A's. Fly ball sent foul down the right field line, out of play. Last year making his major league debut, hit 197, 2 home runs in 25 games. 2 different stints with the A's last year. Had 15 home runs, 54 RBIs in 111 games for AAA Nashville a season ago. 1-1 pitch. Look out. Ducks out of the way of that. 2-1.
We got ourselves a mini jam here. Nobody out. Multiple base runners. He's really got to work down the zone. Get to 2 strikes and then try to go up on a zone, but not even close right there to have Barreto even offer at that pitch.
Casey falling behind, 3-1.
Well, dangerous pitch right here. Hitters count.
Better now. Josh Fegley waiting on deck here for the A's. That's a strike. Full count. He battles back here. Inning plus, and this will be pitch number 35 for Lucchesi. Josh Fegley waiting on deck. Olsen at second, Piscotty at first, and the payoff pitch is in the air to deep left center field. Back goes Jankowski looking up, and that is a 3-run home run. Franklin Barreto hits his first, and it's 3-0 Oakland.
Anytime you have a 3-1 count, you are flirting with disaster. You better locate. Now the fastball has been anywhere from 91 to 89, and as soon as this one was let go, all of a sudden this one off the bat, Joey Lucchesi knew it. The sound, the swing, and the road home runs continue for the Oakland A's. Now 21 consecutive on the road they've homered.
This one's a 3-run shot to give him an early lead in this one here in the top half of the 2nd inning. The 1 pitch coming to Fegley.
Boy, what a story. What were you saying about Barreto? Is his 3rd time with the club, up and down
Yes.
from AAA?
3rd stint already this year, coming back from Nashville.
Getting a start on the day game and paying dividends right out of the gate.
High drive, deep left field, down the line. Will it stay fair? It will. Home run. Off the 2nd basket of the Western Metal Supply Company building. And the first home run for Fegley of the year. 4-0 Athletics. They go back to back here in the 2nd inning.
Hate to sound like a broken record, but hitting the spots, not getting it in enough. And that fastball's at 89. Looking middle in on the 1-1 count. Really good looking swing from Fegley.
Frankie Montas, the pitcher, now batting for the first time. Most road home runs, now 59 for the Oakland A's. And they have tied a franchise record with home runs in 21 straight road games. No action in the Padres pen yet. Montas fights it off, foul.
The first thing that came to mind is exactly when you said that, like no action yet in the bullpen. To me, you know what? This is part of being a big leaguer. How do you bounce back? This is a rough inning. 4 spot. Not good, right? Well, still nobody out. How are you going to react now?
Swing and a miss, and Montas strikes out. That's a third K for Luke Casey. And there is the first out here of the second inning.
Well, it is the pitcher, and not the best looking swing, but it is an out. Now it flips the lineup over for the Oakland Athletics. Still not out of the jam yet. Plenty of work to do. Don't shut your toolbox.
Top of the order, Marcus Semien, second time through here for Luke Casey and this Oakland A's starting 9. Semien doubled down the first base line into the right field corner, and as one of the 3 hits for the Oakland A's, 2 of them have been home runs. Fifth pitch of this inning coming up for Luke Casey.
Seems like there's a handful of pitches where he's not really finishing off. You know, like that last pitch we saw looked like a little wrinkle breaky ball that left way up out of the zone. Got to make that adjustment down in the zone. Yeah, that's a heavy workload.
Falls behind now, 3-1. Inning started with Olson being hit by a pitch. Piscotty walked. 3-run home run by Barreto. A's would go back to back. Josh Fegley with a home run, a solo shot. Montas strikes out, and now a 3-1 pitch to Semien. And that's ball 4. Down to first he goes. Second walk of the inning. Second walk of the outing allowed by Luke Casey. And Darren Balsley, pitching coach, headed out. Still no action in the Padres pen.
Yeah, with the heavy workload, you could almost smell that one coming, where Darren Balsley going out to just give him a little rest. Maybe he has mentioned something mechanically, as looks like Robbie Erlin getting up.
Well, he's not thrown a pitch yet. That's the 4th time the A's have gone back to back with home runs this season. Chris Davis and Matt Olson last did it on May the 4th against the Orioles. Going back to back here, Barreto and Fegley in the second inning as the A's on top 4-0. Here's Chad Pinder, who struck out looking in the first inning, 0 for 1. Another throw over, and back to the bag is Semien. Robbie Erlin warming in the pen right now for the Padres. Luke Casey, his next pitch will be his 48th of his outing.
Last few fastballs I've seen, it's 88, 89. Whether he's trying to cut that maybe a little bit or just losing velocity on that fastball. He was touching 91 a couple of times earlier.
Simeon's lead's not been all that large, but he's checked on him a couple of times.
It also gives Robbie Erlin some time in the bullpen, right? Kind of thrown over the first base.
Erlin getting warm in the pen. Pinder, the 7th member of the Oakland A's to bat here in the 2nd inning. Foul back, 1-1. Oakland A's with a 4-run attack to this point here in the 2nd inning. Swinging a foul tip, strike 2.
Better be spot on with that fastball. Saw an 87, 88.
Pinder to center field. Margot will go back a step or two and make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Simeon back to the bag at first. So 2 down here in the 2nd inning. Jed Lowry coming up. First, it's time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question.
I like trivia.
Question today: the Oakland Athletics won the World Series from 72 to 74. Which teams did they beat in order in that stretch? Tweet us your answers by the end of the inning using hashtag Valley View Trivia. And that's going to be it for Joey Lucchesi as Andy Green heads out there to make a change. He does not get out of the 2nd inning. Robbie Erlin will be coming in. A's have a 4-0 lead. Diego County Honda dealers. 4-0 Athletics on top of the Padres. We're in the midst of the top of the 2nd with 2 down in the inning. And Robbie Erlin coming into pitch here after Joey Lucchesi chased from this game after an inning and 2/3. There was 51 pitches and so far charged with 4 runs. Still responsible for Marcus Simeon, who is at first base. And not the way he wanted things to go today.
Did not have the fastball location, didn't have the breaking ball location. The velocity started to creep down a little bit. I had him at 91-ish. Saw an 87 there towards the end. So now enter left-hander Robbie Erlin. Robbie's got to treat this just like a start. You inherit a runner, sure you're going to go out of the stretch, but still. keep it at 4 runs. He needs to get 1 out to get out of this little mess. Robbie's done quite well out of the bullpen, scoreless in 12 of his 17 relief appearances this season with a 1.91 ERA.
Jed Lowry grounded out to third base in the first inning, 0 for 1 in the game as he bats here in the second. Becomes the 8th member of the Athletics to bat here in the second inning, a 4-run inning to this point. It's been a very long wait for Frankie Montas. Taking a stroll around the dugout, trying to stay loose. There's a liner the other way to right field. Renfroe is there, and he makes the catch that ends the inning. A 4-run second. The A's lead it 4-0. Advantage. Freddie Galvis, Christian Villanueva, and Manuel Margot scheduled here for San Diego in the second inning. So what kind of impact this has on Montas with all that time off.
All I know is that pitching with a 4-run lead, when you go back out there, is some kind of fun. Chances are Padres, you know, like Freddie Galvis, take a strike, maybe work the count, pump that strike zone early. And then it looks like Montas has the ability to locate well. So he's in the driver's seat right about now.
At just an 8-pitch first inning. Bounces that one in there. And it's 1-2 to Galvis. Comes in with a record of 3-1, a 2.67 earned run average. 5th start for Montas. Christian Villanueva waiting on deck. It's a grounder softly down the first baseline that'll trickle foul. Montas getting his first loss of the year on Thursday. Got a career high 7 runs, 5 earned, and 5 1/3. A 7-3 loss to the Houston Astros.
Yeah, and you know what? As a pitcher, I don't care who you pitch against, a first-place team like the Astros or a team in last place. You have an outing like that, you cannot wait to get back out there. And to have 4-run lead is a good way to try to bounce back.
Pitching on the road he enjoys as well. He blanked the Royals in 8 innings on June 1st. And his only other road start of the year.
See the quick pitch? Did you see that? He's been varying his delivery with his leg kick. Watch how he just spins and kind of throws with no leg kick, trying to disrupt the timing of Freddie Galvis.
There's ball 4 and a leadoff walk for Freddie Galvis.
MLB At Bat is your #1 app to watch live Padres baseball. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Padres home screen icons and features such as the MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcast, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today.
Lead runner on here for the Padres in the bottom of the second inning. It brings up Christian Villanueva. 222, 15 homers, and 36 runs batted in. On the ground to the backhand goes Olsen, who'll go to second for one, back to first for two. 3-6-3 double play. Takes care of that leadoff walk, 2 down.
Did you see how far ahead Olsen led Simeon on that, that throw to second base? This ball's hit so sharply, he has plenty of time. He turns, and then look, he throws, just throw the general direction over the bag. He'll get it like a receiver over the middle. Back at you. Got a snowball fight going on. Throw a snowball at you. Oh yeah, I got one back at you.
2 down here in the second inning brings up Manuel Margot. Breaking ball drops in there for strike one. 226 average to start the day for Manuel. Home run and 17 runs batted in into his 60th game of the year. And quickly down 0-2. 18 pitches so far for Montas. 13 of them have been strikes. And a liner caught at shortstop by Simeon. Able to make the grab to end the inning. We played 2 with Oakland on top 4-0. The top of the third inning and just wrapped up the home run challenge. Great to have with us Michael Milken. Good to see you, Michael. How are you?
Good. We haven't wrapped it up. This is the wrap up.
This is it right here. Okay. This makes it official, right?
This is it.
Your last visit. You've been everywhere else.
We have, and we came in here to get San Diego Padres going.
Well,
and to remind everyone how important it is to get checked for prostate cancer.
$2,554,620 the total donation. Your thoughts on this?
It's exciting. It brings us to about 50 million since we started, and one of the most exciting things was on Father's Day you had 4 million men who have had prostate cancer spending it with their families, 350,000 men who prostate cancer had spread through their bodies with the new drugs, spent it with their families, and the death rate since we started this program with the Padres, Fox, Major League Baseball has fallen by more than 50%. And a lot of the research starts right here in the greater San Diego area. So, and who wouldn't want to come to a ball game in San Diego? The great leadership you have, with the ownership team that you have here in San Diego, their involvement in the community. But this is maybe the best park in the major leagues to bring kids to.
There's a fly ball headed out towards deep left center field. Margot headed back. He is at the wall, and that ball is gone into the bullpen. Another home run for the Oakland A's. Marcana this time gets his 9th, and the Athletics jump on top 5-0.
Well, we have a special donor that's given us $10,000 for A's home runs and $50,000 for Padre home runs. So if we had a choice, we're going with the Padres with those home runs. But
well, the Oakland Athletics going into today's game ranking 5th in the American League in the home run category, and the onslaught on the road continues. So, Michael, tell us.
Well, if they were in the National League, they'd be tied for first.
Yeah.
They'd now be in first place in the National League.
Tell us the genesis of all this, how this all started, going back to year one. And
well, year one, the idea was, what better sport than baseball? To come out to the ball game and remind a person to get that simple blood test. Come out with your dad, your coworker, your buddy, your grandfather, and remind them that simple blood test, just like getting your cholesterol checked, gives you an early warning system on whether you have prostate cancer or not. And
there's a drive out to deep right center field. Margot going back at the wall, and that ball's gone. A's have gone back-to-back for the second time in the game. Matt Olson follows up Marcana this time, and it's 6-0 Athletics.
well, you're just getting, I have to have more energy to bring the Padres back now. I think that's what we're setting in motion here.
Well, we're talking home runs, the home run challenge, and all of a sudden the A's have got 4 in this game.
We talked about it last night, late in the game, the 10-inning loss. That location was everything. That looked like it was an off-speed pitch, speeding up the bat of Matt Olson.
Well, last night was a tough loss. We thought you had that one wrapped up going into the 9th inning now, and then the home run. But that's part of the thing, the excitement of the home run. Telling your dad, this is really one of the few sports you can actually have a conversation with the person at the game. You can talk to them. You know, you try to have a conversation at a basketball game. The people around you ask you, can you please be quiet? You know, what are you doing? Or some other sport. Here, it's a chance, and it's the great American pastime. Come out to a ballpark, get a little sun, get a little fresh air, and root for the Padres or your home team. And that was the idea behind it. And world has changed so much in that period of time. Today, we can sequence your cancer, sequence your genome for less than $1,000 in an hour.
Ground ball to short. Freddie Galvis has got it. That was going to be my next question. What advancements have you seen over the last couple of years with some of these donations going to those advancements?
So let's just start. You couldn't even dream of sequencing when we started 23 years ago. 10 years later, it cost $1 billion and took a decade. Today, less than 1,000. And so what have we discovered? We discovered that there's a significant link between prostate cancer and 71 other forms of cancer, both adult and pediatric. And so there's 27, 28 forms of prostate cancer. So when you're diagnosed, we can tell you what form you have, and some of them don't go anywhere and don't require any treatment. The other thing we've learned, we said, okay, if you're an African American man and you have a probability of 100% higher probability of getting prostate cancer and dying from it, you needed to get a blood test by 40 at the latest. Now with sequencing, we know that if someone in your family's had breast cancer, someone has had ovarian cancer or prostate cancer, you need to get checked at 40 because of the same mutations in ovarian and breast and prostate cancer. And one of the great breakthroughs is one of the mutations now that you can sequence in prostate cancer and occurs in 28.
So dribbled out in front of the mound, and the throw's going to be late and bad. It is down the right field line and foul ground, heading for second. Barreto, that throw is going to wildly end up in left. So Barreto goes to third, and this is getting ugly for the San Diego Padres.
I think they had him at second there on a good throw.
I think you're right.
So I was saying, you discovered that in 28% of all prostate cancer. Let's look at this one.
Yeah, I don't think Robbie fields it cleanly at first. There's a little bobble, then he rushes it. And then here's where the good throw would have gotten him. That would have been close. Might have even been safe on that.
So we got a hit,
Not
an
good.
error charge to the pitcher, error charge to second baseman. Go ahead, Michael.
And those 28% of all prostate cancers that have that mutation, 90% of all colon cancers. So when we eliminate that as a cause of death, you're pretty much going to eliminate colon cancer in America. And so these are the things we've learned. And with the help of UC San Diego and many of the great biotech companies in this area, we've discovered now that we found 8 drugs that are now approved that also, where you failed surgery or failed radiation or failed hormones, can put your prostate cancer into remission. And that's why the death rate's down by more than 50%, and that's why there's 350,000 men living normal lives today in America.
This one to right, and Renfro's over to play it. Will make the catch, tagging at third base is Barreto. Throw coming homeward will be late. And the A's had another run.
So that's why those men who had it spread through their body are living normal lives and are in remission. And today, because of all these advancements, and there's more biotech companies headquartered in the San Diego area than any other area in America. There's a large concentration in the San Francisco area, down in San Jose, Silicon Valley, and over at Berkeley. But in one area today, you have the most number of biotech companies in this entire country in this area. And this has become a bioscience hub from that standpoint.
So with the research and all the awareness, how have the numbers gone up as far as men going into their doctor and getting tested?
Well, it's interesting. The simple blood test, the month that most men get tested is right after Father's Day. So you don't know what a great job you're doing in the booth here, reminding people. And the concept with Major League Baseball, the Padres, in this case Fox, who's been there since day one, has really done exactly what we wished it would hope to do.
Michael Milken, thanks so much. Great to see you.
Keep that in the
Appreciate
game,
it.
and
Thank
let's see some runs here, okay? And home runs.
7-0.
Go Padres.
Oakland A's on top.
through whether he would like to have surgery and have that removed, or whether he would like to rest probably for another month at this point in time, and see if he can get back out and play with it for the remainder of the season. It's probably something either way is going to have to be removed at some point in time, and it's not something that you expect long-term impact, but the rest of the season, if he has it removed, you're probably looking at a 12-week rehab, which puts him at the end of September, so he's kind of caught between a rock and a hard place right now.
That's the skipper, Andy Green, talking about the decision that needs to be made by Franchy Cordero with the announcement today that he has a bone spur in that elbow. That is what has been causing him this discomfort since he went on the disabled list on May 27th. Now, he tried to rest it and he tried to come back, guys, as you know, playing 7 games in El Paso, but that bone spur was still too aggravating for him to go on. Now the question is it better to do the surgery now or later? You got the impression from Andy Green that the Padres are going to try to push him to get it done now. That way he can play during the winter ball and get himself ready for spring training. We'll have to wait and see what decision is made on that. The other thing to note, guys, is that for Joey Lucchesi to be activated, Brian Mitchell was put on the disabled list with aggravation in his elbow as well. Test soon to be announced later. We'll keep you updated, guys. Back up to you.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. Opposite field for A.J. Ellis and a single into right field. And Scan, I was just going to ask you, I mean, it seems like, and this is obviously up to Franchy Cordero what he wants to do. And I mean, this is his bone spur. I mean, he's got to figure out, but I mean, it seems to me getting it done and getting the rehab started seems to be the thing to do.
It seems to be the right fit, especially for this situation, Don, which is even if he waits, we know the logjam that is here in the outfield already, so it would be difficult for him to get playing time under any circumstances, especially with the return of Will Myers soon. Now, that being said, obviously, they want to see Franchy play. He's been very exciting. He's shown tremendous growth this year, but to sit around for a month and have the surgery later in the season only delays his ability to stay sharp during the offseason. And remember, it was last winter where he won the MVP of the Dominican League that really helped launch him for this season. So I agree with you. I get the sense that better to get it done and get it behind you.
I'll be interested to keep an eye on it. It's certainly too bad because really enjoying watching him play this year.
I've always been a big proponent of getting it done now. It's not like a bone spur, it's like a pulled muscle where rest is going to cure it. Yep. It's always going to be there. It's something that needs to be taken out.
You got to deal with it.
And here's another thing that I always think about. You have that bone spur, even if you get back to where you feel like, okay, yeah, I can get through, you might start to favor something else, and it might affect something else in your throwing arm.
Kind of compensating, creating another injury.
Sure.
One-two pitch. And that'll drop in there for strike 3. Erlin strikes out, first out here the 3rd inning. First strikeout for Montas.
Inside corner. He wanted it away. Nice frame job there by Fegley.
1 on, 1 out. Top of the order. Travis Jankowski coming up. Right down to center in the 1st inning. 0 for 1. Second time through now for the Padres here against Montas. A.J. Ellis at first base, held on by Matt Olson. Seven runs, 6 hits, no errors for the A's. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Padres, and those 2 errors coming on the same play.
Yeah, that was ugly.
Strike call, 2-1. Twice in this game, the Oakland A's have gone back-to-back with home runs. Beautiful day today in San Diego. Not so much on the scoreboard right now. Two and two.
Talk about wiggle room for a pitcher.
Spangenberg waiting on deck. So far 0 for 1 today. Shoots it foul off to the left. Nice grab by a fan to our left. Nicely done. The youngster alongside.
That's why you bring your glove to the yard, right?
Actually caught it without a glove.
Really?
Yeah. It's barehanded. This one fouled off down the left field line, out of play. Check this out, Mud. I think 2 hands on this.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Dad got it.
Yes, he did.
Okay. Very nice. I remember one of my first games. I went to Wrigley Field with my dad. I was like 7 or 8 years old. I can still remember where I was sitting. Still the view. So I ordered something to drink, and I forgot, maybe a hot dog or something. And I said to my dad, "Dad, what do I do with the trash?" Right? He goes, "I'll just put it on the floor." But that's not the way I was raised, right? I mean, you find a trash can, but it's at the ballpark, and it's like you just put it in whatever. I mean, nowadays it's a little different. People kind of put it in their bag, but I was like, "Dad, that's not right."
Now you just throw stuff all over the place.
Yeah, it's
Like
a yard sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in your hotel room.
You remember your first game?
Absolutely. June 24th, 1978. Louis Tion on the mound.
You know the date and everything?
Oh, I know everything. I went back, checked the box score. My former partner was 0 for 4 with an error.
Really?
Yes.
I'm sure you never let him know about that, right?
I did, yes.
That's really cool.
Yeah. What was really cool was the Red Sox and Padres used to share a cruise. And on a cruise, I realized that Scott McGregor and Louis Tion were on the cruise. Or we shared it with the Orioles, too.
Yeah.
And I got a picture with them, and they started the first game I ever went to.
That's so cool.
So it was kind of a cool realization at the time. This one will get away briefly from Fegley. It's ball 4, and the Padres have something going. It was a 10-pitch at bat for Travis Jankowski. Time now to answer our Valley View Casino trivia question. Oakland A's won the World Series 72 through 74. Which teams did they beat in order in that stretch? The Reds in 72, the Mets in 73, and the Dodgers in 74.
Those are some pretty good teams under Dick Williams. Charlie O. Finley.
2 on, 1 away, and Corey Spangenberg, the batter. As legend has it, those guys didn't really like each other all that much, right?
25 guys, 25 cabs. You know that old saying?
The whole chemistry thing, you know,
overrated.
As the wins, overrated, I guess, huh?
Of course, Reggie was on that team. I'm sure he was, Mr. Congeniality.
Well liked
in the clubhouse.
Liner into right center field for Corey Spangenberg. A.J. Ellis has come around to score. The Padres are on the board. It's 7-1 Oakland. RBI single for Corey Spangenberg. Jankowski ends up at third base. Padres on the board.
Well, no matter the score or what side you are on of that score, you never give up at bats. Seen some crazy things in this game of baseball, and that's a good at bat from Corey Spangenberg. Finally putting a point up there here in the bottom of the third.
First and third, 1 down. Eric Hosmer coming up. Hosmer with a double in the first inning, one of the 3 hits the Padres have. Jankowski with a 10-pitch at bat, worked the walk. He's now at third base. Montas has been touched for his first run of the day.
Well, second time around now for San Diego.
41 total for Montas.
Oh.
Second one in a row, and he's falling behind here 3-0.
Way off with the release point.
Renfroe waiting on deck. Padres batting here in the home half of the third inning. Runners at the corners, a run in here in the third. And a liner caught. Could it be two? No. Back in time at first base is Spangenberg. Hot shot, but in the neighborhood of Barreto at second base. 2 down.
Got the green light. He squared it up, and just bad luck for Eric Hosmer. Oh, that ball was hooking big time.
25th pitch of the inning coming up here for Montas. Renfroe bounced out to shortstop in the first, 0 for 1. 2 outs and runners in scoring position at 286 with a home run on the year. Time call. Fegley headed out to talk to Montas. Scott Emerson out there to check on him. Pitching coach for the Athletics.
Boy, he's very animated out there, isn't he?
A lot to say. He did most of the talking. Jankowski at third, Spangenberg at first with 2 down here in the inning. Off balance swing there from Renfroe. He's got 4 in the second, 3 in the third, and Padres have answered with a run here so far in the bottom of the third inning. Fastball by him at 94, middle end. First and third with 2 down and a 1-2 pitch coming. Runner goes at first, and Renfroe will take a ball, throw down, and out at second base is Spangenberg. Caught trying to steal. Down 7-1. And it ends the inning on the caught stealing. So the Padres do get a run back in the third. We've played 3. The Athletics have a 7-1 lead. Padres. Padres getting a run back in the bottom of the third inning. To the fourth we go. And the top of the A's order, Marcus Semien to lead it off against Robbie Erlin, who's been in this game since the second inning. Got the final out of the second. Pitched the third and out there for the fourth inning. His job today, log some innings.
Treat it as if it's a start. Mentioned that when he came into the ball game, inheriting that one runner. We got the fly ball to right. Go get him.
Allowed 3 runs of his own since coming into the game. And he jumps ahead of Semien, who's batting for the third time, leading off the fourth inning. Doubled in the first, walked in the second inning. Fly ball headed out towards left center field. Margot onto the dirt of the track to make the catch for out number 1 of the fourth inning. Semien gives it a ride, but he's out number 1.
You know, we were talking about those World Series teams for the A's, 72, 3 and 4 that won the World Series. The swinging A's, right? It's even on the logo. Well, we got the swinging A's here this afternoon, that's for sure.
Grounder up the middle. That'll find its way into center field. And Chet Pinder has got his first hit of the day. He'd been 0 for 2. Pitch for a strike. Jed Lowry's 0 for 2. He's grounded out to third, lined out to right. Chops one left side. Galvis to second for 1. On to first for 2. Keep the foot down. No, he didn't. Pulled it apparently. And Lowry will be safe. They do get the lead runner in Pinder, but Lowry will reach at first base. Hosmer elevated the foot. He's looking at the dugout like maybe they should challenge it. I think the foot's there. Maybe not.
The ball had a snow cone.
So 6-4 on the force out at second base. Lowry will reach at first. And that'll bring up Mark Canha.
Remember Wally Joyner, the slick fielding first baseman for the Padres, had one rule. Hey guys, don't throw it over my head. Can't jump that high. Anything, you know, anything on the ground. Hey, if you got to toss it over there in one bounce, sure, that's fine. I'll keep it in front of me.
Canha has one of the 4 Oakland A's home runs today. His 9th of the year, and that home run was off Robbie Erlin after coming into the game in the third inning. A little bit low, 2-1. Fouled off, and it's 2-2. Canha getting that home run back in the third inning. His 9th of the year, his 25th RBI.
That was a classic case of mislocation once again. We saw it last night. The A's taking advantage of it this afternoon as well. 2 times back to back.
Did it go? No. Check with first base umpire Phil Cuzzy. Out ahead of this and cranking it foul. Nice grab on the second attempt. Irwin has now thrown 42 pitches since coming into this game. The starter, Joey Lucchese, inning and 2/3 through 51 pitches. High fly ball out to center field. Manuel Margot is out there waiting, and he'll make the catch. It ends the top of the 4th inning. 3.5 done. A's have a 7-1 lead. Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Sequan Casino, opening in 2019 as Sequan's brand new 300-room resort and hotel. By Petco, the pet company. And by Mozzie Heating and Air, San Diego's choice for heating, cooling, and solar. Beautiful day in San Diego. Good day to be out there. 7-1. A's have the lead over the Padres, and a pitch in to Hunter Renfroe. Starts this bottom of the 4th inning. Renfroe, Galvis, and Villanueva expected in the inning.
Montas kind of lost control a little last inning, even though the Padres did score a run. Could have been more. They had multiple base runners. Still pumping at 95. Free and easy delivery. Ball jumps out of his hand.
The 50th pitch of his outing coming up here for Montas. And it's in there for strike 2. Montas coming in with an individual record of 3-1, 2.67 ERA. His 5th start of the year. One hopper to second base, and Barreto from the outfield grass throws out Renfroe. One down here in the 4th.
Okay, Don, I got a little trivia, not trivia slash history for you regarding the A's. See the elephant? Have you ever wondered why they have the elephant as their mascot in their insignia?
I think I know this, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to read because I find it quite interesting, and I think it's such a cool logo. with the bat in the trunk for the elephant. Back in 1902, New York's Giants manager John McGraw dismissed the A's with contempt by calling them the White Elephants. He meant to imply that Connie, shouldn't be allowed to spend money without supervision. Well, Connie Mack took up the gauntlet and defiantly adopted the White Elephant as the team insignia.
What year was that?
That was 1902.
Wow.
The Philadelphia A's. Pretty cool.
Galvis walked in the second inning, one of 2 walks handed out by Montas. Fouled off to left out of play. One-two pitch, swing and a miss, and Galvis strikes out.
97.
Second strikeout for Montas, 2 down.
You know, the other thing about Montas, which I like, is 6'2", 250. I mean, that's strong.
Good frame.
Yes. Maintaining his velocity. He's touched 96 this inning. He comes right after you.
Now 2 down here in the 4th, and it brings up Christian Villanueva.
How cool would it be if a manager wore a suit like Connie Mack back in the day on the bench? Give me that look like, man.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
First of all, I don't think they get away with it because it's in the rules.
This is the rule, yeah.
And Connie Mack wore that suit in the dugout for all those years, right? Owner, manager of the team.
Definitely the manager. This one on the ground to deep short, long throw. Semien up in the air is going to be off the mark. And reaching is Villanueva with the infield hit. Pretty good bid by Semien, but the throw not close.
Oh, Christian Villanueva doesn't have blazing speed, and this is a great effort by the athletic shortstop Semien. Way off line, infield single.
So 2 down, Villanueva at first base, and it brings up Manuel Margot. Margot lined out to the shortstop, Marcus Semien, back in the second inning, 0 for 1. Montas has kind of been effectively wild at times in this game. Up to 62 pitches through 3 2/3 innings.
Yeah, sometimes he's dotting that outside part of the plate at 96. Other times you don't know where it's going to be. And then you drop the 86-mile-an-hour slider. Good luck.
Well, the next one could be your ear.
Yeah. Can't dig in really, right? Can't be diving.
Can't be comfortable.
You know, I was looking at the bio of Montas, and this is his 4th organization, and it's not like he's just been some pitcher that's been a throw-in. He's been involved in some big deals. He was with Boston originally, and they got traded to the White Sox. Jake Peavy deal, traded to the Dodgers briefly. Trace Thompson, 3-team trade. I mean, some big names involved in the trades.
His 5th start of this year for the Oakland A's, hoping that he's found a home there.
He's only 25.
On the ground up the middle and into center field. Base hit for Margot. Stopping at second is Villanueva, and the Padres have 2 on with 2 down.
Well, the base hits are nice, station to station baseball, but the Padres need some big hits, extra base hits, possibly a home run to put up a crooked number if they want to try to get back in this one.
Two outs, two on, and A.J. Ellis coming up. Ellis with a single to right field in the third inning. He's got one of the 5 Padres hits on the day. Erland has come out on deck, would hit for himself again. So 43 pitches in relief so far. There is action in the Padres pen. There's a liner to left, and Pinder will move over and make the catch that ends the inning. Padres strand 2. We head to the 5th. 7-1 Athletics.
All military by sharing a photo or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
7-1, the Oakland A's on top of the Padres. We move to inning number 5 back at Petco Park in San Diego. And Olsen will be leading it off as Robbie Erlin returns to the hill. Time for the Kia drive to success. Fewest at bats for home runs since 2017. Matt Olson, 11.89. J.D. Martinez on top that category, 10.40. Some pretty big names and home run hitters on that list.
Yeah, and I look at Matt Olson, first game of this 2-game set yesterday, and when you look at his setup, I mean, he's got one thing in mind to me. He just looks like he's a guy who's going to just grip it and rip it and try to hit one a country mile.
14 home runs on the year coming in. Homered in the third, so 15 now. And he'll send one foul. Off to the left. Freddie Galvis, part of a shift, headed over, but he won't have a play.
We talked about Eric Lauer last night, the left side fastball command to the righties, down away to the lefties. That's what Robbie Erlin's got to do. And just as I mentioned that was my next thought. He's got to go to the both sides of the plate, and he just did that against Olsen. And you could see how terrible of a hack that was at that pitch, tying him up. So both sides of the plate with the fastball is key. And drop the deuce on him right here.
And a swing and a miss. Olson felt like he got a piece. I'm not sure he did. No, he didn't. And he strikes out for the first out of the 5th inning. It's a second strikeout for Robbie Erlin. Also tried to sell the fact that he had foul tipped it.
Hammer time. No, not even close. He was way out in front of that one.
One down here in the 5th, and it brings up Stephen Piscotty. A walk in the 2nd, came around to score the 2nd Oakland A's run. He grounded out to short in the 3rd inning. Popped up right side. Hosmer battling the sun, but he'll make the catch for out number 2. Let's take a look at the Arco top tier play with Franklin Barreto coming up. He hit a 3-run home run in the 2nd inning that gave the Oakland A's a 3-0 advantage. 3 of the 4 runs allowed by Joey Lucchesi. Off down the right field line, out of play. Barreto with that home run also had an infield hit. His next time up scored a run.
Barreto was in that Josh Donaldson deal that sent him to Toronto. A little bit of time last year with Oakland, had a couple of home runs.
Emergency swing there, fouls it back, still 0-2.
It looks like he can go soft on him with the soft stuff. Breaking ball there, he's way out in front, geared for the fastball, it looks like.
Line foul out ahead. Another kind of an emergency swing there late, trying to protect the plate.
Soft, way out front, right? That was the changeup from Robbie Erlin.
Couldn't take it. Caught that
what
outside
would you have
corner.
done on that changeup? Stayed back a little bit, like just wrap it the other way?
Yeah, I probably would have taken it to right field.
Yeah. Inside out it.
Swing and a miss. Down to one knee goes Barreto. A 1-2-3 5th inning for Erlin. 7-1 Oakland. World Cup glory continues as Argentina looks for a crucial win against Croatia. All the action kicks off at 10 a.m. Pacific, or stream it live on the Fox Sports app.
Yeah, Croatia, one heck of a defense on that football club they got there. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I was going to say, really?
Yeah.
Robbie Erlin has thrown 56 pitches since coming into this game.
I know nothing about Croatia.
Do you know where it is?
Mediterranean area, isn't it? Croatia?
I actually have no idea.
Sorry about being knowledgeable.
They're certainly well-rounded.
Well, you think?
7-1, Oakland on top of San Diego.
You know, I was close to saying when you asked me that question, where's it at? I was going to say Central Pennsylvania, because remember that discussion we had
Yes.
in Pittsburgh? We had that discussion in Pittsburgh where certain cities were, and I was always like, Central Pennsylvania.
And I thought you knew what you were talking about. I didn't know you really don't.
Yeah. You're looking good today.
Thanks.
How you feeling?
You as well. We
Thank
appear
you.
to have the same uniform on.
Yeah. It's a beautiful day here at the ball yard.
One down here in the fifth, and Travis Jankowski.
Clouds have cleared out.
Turned into a beautiful day. Very comfortable conditions. And Travis today has lined out to center and walked. Next pitch will be the 75th for Montas. .99, the most he's thrown in any outing this year. Overthrew that. 97, but up. In the air, down the left field line, foul off the bat of Travis Jankowski. Corey Spangenberg waiting on deck. One down here in the Padres' fifth inning. Swing and a miss, and Jankowski strikes out. Back-to-back Ks for Montas. Two down here in the fifth inning.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and description of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Two down here in the fifth, and it brings up Corey Spangenberg. Lined out to left in the first, single to drive in a run in the third.
Still got that 96 octane working here in the fifth inning for Montas.
Fouled off to the left, and Spangenberg finds himself down 1-2. Got a quick pitch from there, and Spangenberg strikes out to end the fifth. He strikes out the side in order. We head to the 6-7-1 Oakland. And it started in the second inning, a 3-run home run by Franklin Barreto. And the Oakland A's jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Then Josh Fegley, as they go back-to-back, hits it off the second basket. Then the Oakland A's back at it in the third inning as they go back-to-back again. First Mark Canha, followed by Matt Olson. And those two off Robbie Erlin. After Lucchesi was chased from the game, Erlin would give up 3 runs in that third inning. They're out to a 7-0 lead. Padres got a run back in the bottom of the third, so 7-1 Athletics. As we shift here into the 6th inning, and here is Josh Fegley, who has one of the 4 round trippers today for the A's.
And the A's extend that hitting a home run on the road. 21 consecutive road games where they now hit a home run, at least one home run.
Fly ball the other way to right has Renfroe moving back for the first out of the 6th inning. Erlin now in 59 pitches since coming in back in the second inning, and doing exactly what the Padres need him to do. Log some innings after their starter today. Joey Lucchesi lasted just an inning and 2/3. Montas batting for the 3rd time and struck out twice. These are his first major league plate appearances. And he is 0 for 2 at 2 Ks. And down 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Erlin picks up strikeout number 4. It's the 3rd time Montas has struck out today. 2 down.
You know, that's a good thing, bad thing. As a starting pitcher, I remember the old adage, before you went out and started that day, you'd say to yourself, I will gladly take an 0 for 5 today. That means you're deep into the game, you're pitching well, you're getting at bats, and you're probably winning the game and going to walk away with the W. Still a lot of baseball left here.
Marcus Semien batting for the 4th time today. Erlin 14 of 17 first pitch strikes. Has been ahead of most since coming into this game.
You know, going into this ball game, hitting against lefties, the Oakland Athletics, 227 average. And below 500 in that category versus left-handed starters, 11 and 15. We turned that around this afternoon.
Up and away with ball 3, full count. On the ground to third base, gathered there by Villanueva's throw across the diamond is in time, and that'll end the top of the 6th inning. The A's enjoy a 7-1 lead. It's time now for the San Diego fans of the game. Enjoying Padres baseball today on a beautiful day at Petco Park. Final game of the homestand. And it's on to the bottom of the 6th inning. Rounder off the bat of Hosmer to second base. Franklin Barretta will throw him out at first base, and there's one away. There's up Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe 0 for 2. He is grounded to short and grounded out to second base.
I want to ask you a question. I want you to answer me honestly. Once again, you're giving me that look. Plain, simple question. Check the box, yes or no, after this pitch. Interleague play to continue.
Yes.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I love it. I've always liked it. Largely, it's a selfish kind of thing.
Right.
I enjoy going to the other leagues' ballparks and seeing the other leagues' players.
So
I like it. I like it a lot. I would like the schedule to be different. I think there are too many games played within the division in your own league. I
totally agree with you there. I would like to see realignment.
It's, I never did. This is a pop-up in the middle of the infield, and Barreto, second baseman, makes a catch. I would never even let it drift into my mind that there should be alignment. The older I get, I think there should be realignment, and I really do. I mean, I think about, and I think from a travel perspective, for the like take a look at the AL West. The Oakland A's have to go to Texas in their division to play 2 different teams in their division in Texas. That's not close.
We don't play the Angels.
No, we drive by their stadium every time we go to Dodger Stadium.
And once again, there's been speculation out there as far as adding 2 teams, right?
Yep.
Expansion, and then it makes so much sense.
And the commissioner actually told us about it.
Yeah.
I mean, they like to have 32. This one popped up left side. Simeon looking up into the high sky will make the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 6th inning. To the 7th we go. 7-1 Oakland. Baseball brought to you by Hyundai. Get a great deal, more than a great deal, on an all-new Hyundai vehicle. See your Hyundai dealer today. And by Jerome's Furniture, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. Seventh inning back in beautiful San Diego, where the Padres wrap up a very brief 2-game homestand against the Oakland A's, and they're on to their third pitcher of the game.
Phil Hughes, right-hander's made 2 starts, 11 relief appearances. Made his Padre debut back on the 31st of May against the Marlins. Trying to hold the A's at 7 runs as it's getting late.
Well, a host of changes here for the Padres. And unusual because Freddie Galvis is out of the game. Jose Pirela comes into the game at second base. This one is popped up foul, backing out of play. Moving from second base to third base is Corey Spangenberg, and moving from third to shortstop is Christian Villanueva. Saw Villanueva during spring training. Plays some shortstop for the Padres. So Freddie Galvis, who plays in every game and has so far this year, coming out for a few remaining innings of this game. Just the second time that's happened.
Everyday Freddie. And managers, that's what's managing a roster. You look at this this game. Give your veteran shortstop a little bit of a blow.
Line into left center field. Over goes Jankowski, and he'll get it back in. It's a leadoff single for Chad Pinder to begin things here in the 7th inning off Phil Hughes. Outside for ball 1 to Jed Lowry. Switch hitting third baseman for the Oakland A's. 0 for 3 today. Grounder up the middle, and that's going to get into center field. Hitting first to third is Pinder. And the A's have runners at the corners here in the 7th inning. Not hit hard, but placed well. Back up the middle. Back-to-back base hits for the Athletics here in the 7th.
Up in the zone, and Jed Lowry getting on top of that one. That was a pitch up enough to where maybe working underneath it for an easy fly ball, but he got on top of that one nicely.
First and third, nobody out, and Mark Canha the batter. Canha with a home run in the 3rd inning. Solo shot his 9th of the year. Otherwise, a strikeout and a flyout today for the Oakland A's center fielder. Relief appearance of the year for Phil Hughes, combining his numbers with the Minnesota Twins. He made a couple of starts for the Twins earlier this year. Made his Padres debut May the 31st against Miami. Came over on May the 27th from the Twins. The pen here to work the 7th inning. He's given up back-to-back base hits, and now has jumped ahead of Mark Canha. Flared foul down the right field line, out of play. Joey Lucchesi today starting the game, 1 inning and 2/3, giving up 4 runs. Robbie Erlin 4 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs, and Erlin threw a total of 68 pitches. And he's 4 1/3, didn't walk anybody, struck out 4, and logged some innings. Pinder at third, Lowry at first. Canna with a late swing, and he'll strike out. First strikeout for Phil Hughes. One down here in the 7th inning.
Oh, that swing tells you everything about that breaking ball from Phil Hughes. That was a good one. Down and away, perfectly located. And with 2 strikes, Canna trying to protect there. At least trying to foul that one off, and the swing and a miss.
First and third, one down, and Matt Olson coming up. Outfield about straight away. And just as I said that, Margot takes a step or 2 towards left center. Matt Olson hit by a pitch in the second, homered in the third, a solo shot, and then struck out swinging in the 5th. Four home runs today for the Oakland A's. Joey Lucchesi on the hook, started this game and came into the game with a 3-2 record individually. He was falling behind 3-0. Stephen Piscotty waiting on deck here for the A's. They're half of the 7th inning. Line to right, and that's in for a base hit for Matt Olson. Pinder will score from third, and the A's take an 8-1 lead. Third hit of the inning off Phil Hughes, and the first run charged to Hughes.
Mentioned the swing of Olson. He's got one thing in mind. That's a big violent swing right there. Under control that time, and driving in another one as the A's tack on another one. Can't get away with too many pitches up there.
2 on, 1 away, a run in, and Stephen Piscotty will take ball 1. Walked and scored back in the 2nd inning. Grounded out to short in the 3rd. Popped out to first in the 5th. Into left field, a base hit. Just out of the reach Villanueva, and the bases are now loaded. 4th hit of the inning. This one for Stephen Piscotty. The bases now filled with Oakland A's.
Well, the Padres need a grounder to find the glove of the infield of the Padres with one out here to try to get out of this mess.
Franklin Barreto coming up here, 176 average. Homered back in the 2nd, a 3-run home run. That was off Joey Lucchesi. Lowry at third, Olson at second, Piscotty at first, one down. He's trying to add on to an 8-1 advantage. A roller foul outside of third. Montas has thrown 89 pitches through the first 6 innings. He's been walking around that dugout trying to stay loose. Warmed up over there. He's set some long waits while the Oakland A's have been batting in this game.
Yeah, and as a pitcher, you get antsy. You want to get back out there. You want to start firing. The offense is great, but there comes a time it's like, okay, guys, really enough. I'm good right now.
Fouled again to Matt Williams in the third base coach's box, or in the thereabouts region.
Pretty good player in his own right, huh? I remember playing with Matt Williams his rookie year with the Giants. We were roommates.
Came up same year?
He came up in '87. I was '84.
Strike 3 call, and Barreto strikes out. That's the second strikeout for Hughes. 2 down.
When we talk about bad location for giving up hits, how about good location from Phil Hughes down and in? Straightens him up. A little cut fastball. Legitimate strike. Perfect pitch.
2 down in the 7th. Bases filled here with A's, and it brings up Josh Fegley. The A's catcher with a home run back in the 2nd inning. Sac fly in the 3rd, and then flied out to right in the 6th inning. Down the line at 3rd, but foul. Jake Smolinski has come out on deck here. He would bat for Montas. To get that far, there are 2 outs in the inning. There's action in the pen right now. Hendricks is up for the A's. Haven't seen Liam Hendricks in this series yet. Then again, pretty brief series.
Yeah. Great scheduling. It's awesome.
Padres will go to Oakland for 2 games.
I remember one of the first years when Interleague was in play. You might remember this, but there was like 5 2-game series over the course of the year.
I do remember that. It was terrible.
Oh. You get to a city, you play the game, and then you got to pack the next day because you're going out the next day.
This one is July 3rd and 4th. The Padres will be going to Oakland. Part of a trip that sees a 4-game series in Arizona as well. 1-2 pitch. And that's foul to the screen. After the game today, Padres will be heading to San Francisco.
You know what I'm looking forward to? Going to Texas. They have that lazy river around the hotel. It's like a moving river. You can like sit on a raft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've done it.
Have you?
Yeah.
I know. I've seen photos.
I know where you're going with this. On the ground towards third base, Spangenberg will run to the bag and get the force out that will end the inning. 7th inning stretch, 8-1 Oakland. Visit our keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, you ask and you shall receive. Restart the offense. Padres 1 run on 5 hits. Not the case this afternoon after the opportunities they lost last night in the 4-2 loss. And also stop A's homer streak. Not the case. Swinging A's, Canna, Olson, Barreto, Fegley, home runs. Back-to-back twice this afternoon.
Bottom of the 7th inning, and Christian Villanueva leading it off here for the Padres. And because his spot in the order did not come up, Montas back on the mound here for the Athletics. Mentioned the most he has thrown in any outing is 99. He is at 91, dealing with his first hitter here, the bottom of the 7th inning. Well, Margot waiting on deck. 1-2 pitch.
Good eye right there.
Fouls it off, stays alive. Montas in a stretch right now where he has retired 7 Padres in a row, including a 1-2-3 fifth inning in which he struck out the side in order, getting Erlin, Jankowski, and Spangenberg. Villanueva went around. Home plate umpire Sean Barber's going to ring him up. Villanueva wanted him to check at first base. He does not. And that is strikeout number 6 for Montas. 1 down here in the 7th.
Yeah, Montas expanding the strike zone on this breaking ball, and he most definitely went.
One out here in the 7th brings up Manuel Margot. Margot lined out to the shortstop. Marcus Semien in the 2nd inning. And he singled to center in the 4th inning as one of 5 Padres hits. Away for ball 3. AJ Ellis waiting on deck here. Padres batting in the home half of the 7th inning. Full count. And that's ball 4. That breaks up a string of 8 in a row retired by Montas. And Margot down to first base. The 3rd walk allowed by Montas in his outing. Emerson, the pitching coach, back out there again.
Action in the A's bullpen. Looks like somebody just got up, getting loose before they get up on the hill and start throwing from the rubber. So pitching coach Scott Emerson.
Liam Hendricks up again. He had been up an inning ago. One out, one on. AJ Ellis coming up. Bob Melman's team trying to take both games of this brief 2-game series. 1-4-2 last night in 10 innings. Here today enjoying an 8-1 lead with 1 down in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Bob Melvin was my battery mate with the Giants. 87. Run around third, fewer than 2 outs. 3-2 count. Phillies. He looks over to Roger Craig, gives him a sign. Bob calls timeout. He comes out to the mound. He goes, "Hey, Mud, what's the count?" And I look at the, it says 3-2. And he's like, "That's what I thought too." Roger called a pitch out.
Wow.
So he got back behind the squad, and then Roger got all ticked off. He threw it off because he thought maybe Bob gave it away. But the look on Bob's face when he came out to the mound, he kind of grabbed his mask and looked, "Hey, what's the count?" I said, "It's 3-2. He goes, "That's what I thought." Cal guy, you know, they got a few Cal guys on this A's team, and Stanford guys as well. It's like more than, you know, it's ironic, you know, being in Oakland and then having guys from that area that played ball there. Of course, Tyson Ross, Cal Bear.
To third, and Lowry will go to second for one, on to first, and that's not in time. Ellis able to beat it out. They do get the lead runner at second base.
I got out, huh?
Yeah, we'll take a look at it. We'll see if they're going to challenge us, the Oakland A's. Bob Melvin's coming out here to make a change, I think. But he's not going to challenge this, I guess.
You know what? I think I saw Bob Melvin give it the old just turn it over, just keep it going.
Yeah. So that's going to be it for Montas, who thought he was out of the inning on the double play, but instead he'll be coming out with 2 down in the 7th inning, and Melvin kind of looking back at the home plate umpire. So the pitching change with 2 down in the 7th inning. Oakland A's have an 8-1 lead. Nice outing for Montas. We're in the midst of the bottom of the 7th inning. It's time now for the Verizon projected starters, as the Padres will take their road show to San Francisco. Tyson Ross will be on the hill, 5-4, the 3.51 earned run average. He'll be matched up against Madison Bumgarner, 0-2 with a 4.67 ERA. Just 17 1/3 innings coming off the DL for Madison Bumgarner. Jose Perella coming up here with 2 down, a runner at first, and Liam Hendricks now in the ball game as Perella takes strike 1. Hendricks had been warming up a couple of different times.
11th game for the right-hander Hendricks, coming off the 10-day DL, right groin strain. He's pitched twice since his return. And Don, I want to go back to that fielder's choice play again. I think A.J. Ellis was out, and as a pitcher, you know, it's so valuable to get outs these days, right?
Oh, he definitely wanted his manager to check it.
Yes.
Up 8-1. Bob Melvin chose not to.
Right. Would have gotten him out of the inning too, right?
Yes. One foul back and just short of the booths. Toss responsible for A.J. Ellis, who's at first base. And he is pacing in the dugout. Been doing a lot of that. The difference is he's not coming back out this time. He's done for the day.
Well, a lot of support early on too. 4 in the second inning. Pretty much all the A's needed. He maintained his velocity, but pitch count getting up there. Two pitchers now for the A's that bounce back. Remember yesterday, Paul Blackburn, after a rough outing, he went 5. He got the win. Check that. Trevino got the win, but he pitched well.
Morelos strikes out to end the inning. We will head to the 8th with the A's on top 8-1.
Kyle Schwarber off of Ross Stripling.
Yeah, and Ross Stripling has been excellent for the Dodgers, but the Northsiders are starting to heat up at the right time. And be careful of them on the trading deadline. They're going to be very aggressive.
Cubs win today 4-0 the final score. Dodgers now 38-35, just a couple of games back of Arizona, who is idle today. Mark and I are working on Padres Live, the post-game show, which will be brought to you by Cox Communications. You know, you brought up the idea of trade. When we see in the post-game show, we're going to talk about what the Nationals have done now in their bullpen. A big difference maker as they acquire Kelvin Herrera from the Royals. So we'll break that down for you. We'll hear from Andy Green. We'll get you set for the upcoming Giants series when we see you after the final out.
All right, Mike and Mark, thanks very much. We play along here to the 8th inning with the A's on top 8-1, and Justin Smolinski pinch hitting here in the pitcher's spot to begin things in the 8th against Phil Hughes back out there. And a pop-up foul back and out of play. Smolinski coming off the bench in each of these two games. 105 average, no home runs, and 2 runs batted in. He is into his 20th game for the Athletics. Phil Hughes allowing a run in the 7th inning and back out there to start the 8th. Fouled off again, and it hangs at 2-2. Chris Hatcher, right-hander, up for the Athletics.
Saw him a lot with the LA Dodgers. Converted catcher.
Chop towards third base. Spangenberg racing in, bare hands and throws, and that'll be late. Reaching at first base is Smolinski. It's likely an infield hit for Smolinski, and it is. It's a play for Spangenberg charging in.
Nothing more that Corey can do on that play, even if it's on time, accurately, looks like he's going to beat it out.
Only runner on here in the 8th inning for the A's. Marcus Semien doubled back in the 1st inning. Popped up foul off to the right, out of play. Lead runner on for the 2nd straight inning here for the Athletics. Chad Pinder waiting on deck for the A's. Left side, and Spangenberg will go to 2nd for 1, and no throw to first base. Do get the lead runner in Smolinski. 5-4 on the force out there. But Semien with too much speed will reach it first. Chad Pinder coming up now for the A's. Got a 2-hit day today for the Oakland left fielder. Singling to center in the 4th, singling to left in the 7th.
Right off the camera. Directly behind home plate.
This one coming right into your living room. Oh,
right
yeah.
in the grill. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you think the exit velocity was on that?
Yeah. Does that record foul balls? 75 miles an hour.
That's
we were
it?
told, yeah.
Oh. Appears to be working still. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Full count. With 1 out and 1 on to Chad Pinder. Hosmer holding on Semien at first base. And a swing and a miss, and Phil Hughes picks up his 3rd strikeout. 2 down.
Little cut fastball looked like from Phil Hughes. Oh, you know, maybe a 4-seamer. Inner half. Hey, Cha-Cha, I got a question for you.
Another one?
Yeah.
We got a lot of
What are you
questions
doing?
today.
What are you doing in January, around like the 16th of January, that week?
16th of January?
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm busy, but I don't know what I.
Well, the reason why I asked
Yeah.
is because Padres got a fantasy camp, and you're always talking about hitting and turning stuff around, going the other way.
Oh, I see
You are
where you're
more
going.
invited, my friend, to
No.
step in the box, because
I
I will
was-
gladly toe the slab and throw at you.
I was not invited.
You're getting my
No,
invitation
I
right
don't
now.
think you have that kind of power.
I think I do. You are cordially invited.
I was not invited. I saw the list of guys that are going for fantasy camp, but I'm not on the list. And that's fine.
I think it's the week of the 20th and 26th, but I'll check. Peoria, Arizona. You are cordially invited. I want to see your act in the batter's box. Always talking a big game. Oh, stay back and take it that way.
See,
if he
read, explode.
Yeah.
That's my whole.
Recognize.
It's a simple formula.
Hypnotize. Pulverize.
So are you actually pitching?
Yeah.
I'm going to pack you into a uniform. This one is into right field, and back goes Renfro, and that ball is gone. Another home run for the A's, their 5th of the day. Jed Lowry, who hit the 2-run shot last night in the 10th inning, has hit a 2-run shot here in the 8th inning. And the A's jump out to the 10-1 lead. That's what the A's do. They hit home runs, and they've done so today to the tune of 5 of them.
Well, some serious launch angle this afternoon off the bats of the Oakland Athletics. And that pitch, outer third at 86, looks like a breaking ball. Yeah, a little cutter maybe, right to the swing path of Lowry.
Now drive to center field off the bat of Canna. This one will stay in the yard. Margot back on the warning track, makes the catch that ends the inning. 7.5 done, 10-1 Oakland. Sports with the most interesting man in sports. You get opinion that cuts through the hype. Catch Speak for Yourself with Colin Cowherd and Jason Whitlock weekdays at 2 p.m. only on FS1. Now Chris Hatcher becomes the 3rd pitcher used in this game for the Oakland A's, who now enjoy a 10-1 lead.
Well, now Bob Melvin, the manager of the A's, has the luxury of going to that bullpen and getting pitchers an inning of work here and there. Hendricks went a 1/3 of an inning to strike out. He'll hand it over to the former Dodger converted catcher, Chris Hatcher, his 21st game.
Travis Jankowski leading it off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 4th plate appearance today. He's lined out to center, walked, and struck out swinging. Lined into right field. A base hit for Jankowski out of the reach of Barreto. Leadoff single to begin things here in the 8th inning. Hit number 6 of the day for San Diego. Brings Brings up Corey Spangenberg. Today has lined out to left, single to right, and struck out swinging. Single to right drove in the Padres' lone run. Back in the third inning as he chases a high fastball for strike one. Toss win. 6 2/3, giving up 1 run. Struck out 6, walked 3 on 5 hits. Liam Hendricks struck out the only batter that he faced. Now Hatcher into the game. Third pitcher used for Bob Melvin. Eric Hosmer waiting on deck here. Padres batting in the 8th. Spangenberg strikes out for the second time today. Out number 1 of the bottom of the 8th.
Going after the high cheese. 94 up out of the zone. That's Gouda. Limburger. Sharp cheddar. Punch out.
1 out, 1 on. Here is Eric Hosmer. Hosmer with a double back in the first inning. Since then has lined out and grounded out. Strike 2. Travis Jankowski led off the inning with a single to right. He gains his lead. Hunter Renfroe waits on deck. And a swing and a miss. Hosmer strikes out. Back-to-back Ks for Hatcher. 2 down here in the 8th inning. Hit, striking out both Spangenberg and now Hosmer.
Fastball in, 93. Got Spangenberg up. Got Hosmer in. He's just challenging him.
2 down for Hunter Renfroe.
Who?
Hunter Renfroe.
You need to lube the pipes a little bit there? You need some water or something?
I'm okay, thanks.
How those vocal cords doing?
Hanging in. One of us is doing most of the talking. The 1-0. Outside 2-0.
Don't even go there.
Framil Reyes has come out on deck. There for a strike, 2-1. $28,225 are on hand today. Some have ducked out with the score. The A's on top 10-1, but 28-225 here today for day baseball finale of this series. Very brief homestand. Padres headed out to San Francisco and Arlington, Texas in this next road trip. Ball 4 and Renfroe down to first base. So 2-out walk, and Jankowski takes second on the walk. Franmil Reyes pinch hitting here in the pitcher's spot, coming off the bench with 2 down and 2 on. Action in the pen. Matt Strom is warming in the pen. Last 4 times out, we've seen him start games as part of the bullpen games that the Padres have had. But there's a grounder to shortstop. Simeon will shuffle to second base for the out. That ends the 8th inning. We're headed for the 9th. 10-1 Oakland A's. Barreto in the 2nd inning, followed by Josh Fegley, who homers. They go back-to-back. A's jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the 2nd. Got to set the tone for the day. They enjoy a 10-1 lead as we head into the 9th inning. And for the 2nd time this year, position player is going to pitch for the Padres, and it's Corey Spangenberg again.
Last time out for Corey was on June 5th against the Atlanta Braves. That was here in San Diego. Corey's 2nd game on the hill, 1 inning, 2 hits. He gave up a run. He walked 1 hitter. Fastball around 85, mixes in a little wrinkle. First pitch changeup.
Falls behind here, 3-0 to Matt Olson. He's had 5 home runs in the game. Rafi Lopez has taken over at third base with Spangenberg moving to the hill. Close pitch, called the ball, and that's ball 4. Olson down to first base. Stephen Piscotty, who homered last night, does not have a home run today as he takes strike 1. Strike 2. Big cut there. 65 mile an hour. Listed as a knuckleball on the board. What do you think?
I couldn't really tell.
Downstairs for ball 2, 2-2. Takes over Phil Hughes, who went 2 innings. He was giving up a total of 6 hits and was charged with 3 runs. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 3. Ball 4 and down to first base goes Piscotty. Back-to-back walks allowed by Spangenberg. 2 on, nobody out, and Franklin Barreto coming up.
You know, in all seriousness, when I think of a situation like we're witnessing right now, I think of, I don't know whether you were working the game or not. Jose Canseco
No.
with Texas when he blew out his elbow.
Yeah, it was a tough situation. No.
I believe it was in Boston, too.
Yes, it was.
So that must have been like in the 90s, huh? Mid-90s or so?
I think Kevin Kennedy was the manager at the time.
Of Texas.
Yeah. Spangenberg falling behind here 2-0 after walking the first 2 hitters.
You know, it's a different feel because, you know, infielders, outfielders, you're always throwing on flat ground. Here, as a pitcher now, you're throwing downhill and it's different on the arm.
Popped up, right side. Incoming is Perella. Infield fly rule in effect as he makes the catch. Equidistant between first and second. 1 down. Spangenberg getting his first out. 1 down in the 9th. Josh Fegley. Fegley with a home run back in the 2nd inning. There's a sac fly in this game as well. 2 RBIs.
You know, I think hitters in general, they really dislike hitting in situations like this. It's generally a guy who's just trying to throw the ball over the plate, right? But well below the hitting speed. It's really tough to stay back. And when I talk about hitting speed, we talk about it over the course of a season. You're talking anywhere from like 89, 93. I mean, hitters get a good feel, they can get a good rhythm. But you throw below that, it's really tough to let that ball travel and stay back.
In the air, down the left field line. Over goes Jankowski towards the corner. And Travis will make the catch down there for out number 2. Not much foul ground, but running into it was Jankowski. 2 down.
Flash look. And as you mentioned, not a lot of room right there, but great concentration on behalf of Travis.
So 2 down in the 9th inning, 2 on, and here is Dustin Fowler pinch hitting. Pinch hitting in Chris Hatcher's spot. Line to left, and that's going to get in for a base hit. Olsen will be waved around. Throw is going to be cut off, and the A's add on to their lead on top 11-1. Pinch hit, RBI single for Fowler.
Looks just like a BP fastball. Corey just trying to throw strikes here. Hopefully hitting it at somebody.
Marcus Semien lines one down the left field line, and that's going to be a fair ball to the corner. Piscotty will come around and score. Fowler will stop at third. It's an RBI double for Marcus Semien. And the Oakland A's take a 12-1 lead. Popped up, foul ground. Hosmer will drift into foul ground by the first base coach's box and make the catch. So 2 runs allowed in the ninth by Spangenberg. 12-1 Oakland. The bottom of the ninth inning. Changes for the Athletics. Josh Lucas comes into the game.
Was recalled from Nashville on Saturday, his 4th stint. We've seen a lot of that. There's always that 1 or 2 guys on the staff that gets up and down, up and down. He's faced the Padres once in his career, 2 innings. His last outing was against the AAA affiliate of the Padres, the Chihuahuas.
Well, Fowler stays in the game in center field, and Canna moves from center to left. Christian Villanueva leads it off here in the bottom of the ninth inning. High drive to left field. And that ball is going to be gone. A home run for Villanueva. His 16th of the year.
Well, it's been a while since his last home run. May 31st to be exact. And it's just a good old-fashioned fastball right down the middle.
Grounder foul outside of third. Chopped down third baseline. It'll be a foul ball. Retrieved by Chad Pinder, who has also moved. Pinder going from left field to third base. And Cannon now in left field. Fowler in center. To third, and it's the shortstop, Simeon, who gets it. He'll just hold on to it. Infield hit for Margot.
Not giving away at bats, trying any way you can to get on.
Run in, a runner at first, and it brings up A.J. Ellis. 1 for 3 today. A single in the third. Came around to score a run. Home run on a single to begin things here in the 9th inning. Ellis with a pitch in. Strike call, 2-1. Two and two now. Fastball that time at 92 from Josh Lucas. Lucas took over for Chris Hatcher who went an inning, giving up a hit, no runs, walked a batter and struck out 2. 9 strikeouts in the game for A's pitching so far. With nobody out here in the 9th inning, Jose Pirela waits on deck. Swing and a miss, and Ellis strikes out. So make it 10 strikeouts for Padres hitters. 1 down in the 9th inning.
Well, this is the type of inning where the score of the game is a pitcher. You just want to try to make short work of the opposition and just pump fastballs. Maybe mix it in a wrinkle once in a while, but that was a good old-fashioned fastball for the strikeout.
1 down, 1 on, and here's Jose Pirela. Towards third base, Pinder will go to second for 1, on to first, not in time. Get the lead runner though in Margot, 5-4 on the force out. And Pirela able to beat it out at first base to keep this game going. Top of the order, Travis Jankowski coming up. Been on twice, a walk in the third, a single in the 8th inning. On a strike now to Jankowski. And tomorrow it'll be Tyson Ross matched up against Madison Bumgarner. Game 1 of the 4-game series between the Padres and the Giants. Line to right center field for Jankowski. That's going to get down and roll a long way. Pirela from first base going to try and score. He will on the RBI double by Jankowski. And it's 12-3 now. Second hit of the day for Jankowski.
Just a little spinner catching too much of the plate. And with 2 outs, the crack of the bat. RBI for Travis as Pirela comes on home.
Brings up Corey Spangenberg. Struck out twice today. for 4 day today for Spangenberg. Up the middle, but to the shortstop, Simeon. His throw is going to be late. And off the glove, now trying to score is Jankowski. He will. And the Padres get their 4th run, making some noise here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
There was a little bobble at shortstop. Simeon got this baseball going to his left, and then he rushes it. Watch on the transfer, the bobble. Still can't get it, and then he rushes it, enabling Travis Jankowski to score.
2 errors have been charged to the shortstop on the play. Now a pop-up foul off to the left out of play.
Yeah, I can see that.
Twelve to 4 now, and Eric Hosmer trying to keep this going here in the 9th inning. Down 0-2. Spangenberg at first with 2 away. Very high, trying to get Hosmer to chase. He does not. Swing and a miss. Hosmer strikes out, and the Oakland A's have come in to Petco Park in San Diego and swept a 2-game series. Today, the Oakland A's win it 12-4 in Game 2. Wraps up the homestand. It's time for Padres Live. Mike Pomerantz, what's in store?
I'll tell you what, through it all, still nice to see a few Padre fans cheering on their guys in the bottom of the 9th inning. When we see you on the post-game show, we're going to talk about the San Francisco situation and 4 games up there in a moment. Padres Live, the post-game show in just a couple of seconds.